Aari McDonald has always played with something you can't measure on a stat sheet: raw heart, relentless grit, and a quiet storm brewing beneath every dribble. She's the kind of athlete who doesn't announce her arrival. You feel it in the tension of the floor, in the way defenders shift nervously when she's got the ball, in the collective roar when she drives by a double team to finish at the rim. Born on August 20, 1998, in Fresno, California, McDonald's blueprint was never built on hype or privilege. She layered her greatness piece by piece, through repetition before headlines, through discipline before applause, through work before recognition. Her early path wasn't gilded with 4-star rankings or national attention. It was paved with quiet resolve, late-night workouts, and the certainty that she belonged, even when no one else did. From the moment she stepped into the NCAA, Aari's potential was clear, though subdued. Her freshman season at Washington featured moments of brilliance, but it was her transfer to the University of Arizona that marked the beginning of her true transformation. It was there, under coach Adia Barnes, that Aari didn't just play, she became part of something larger. McDonald helped build a program's identity, infusing confidence into a team that had long lurked in obscurity. In Phoenix, she wasn't just a star. She became a movement. The Wildcats went from mid-major status to national attention, and by 2021, under McDonald's leadership, Arizona reached its first-ever NCAA title game. That tournament run remains one of the most stirring stories in college history. Not for the buzzer beaters alone, but for the emotional and psychological ownership Aari took of every moment. Aari's game is electric yet efficient, fierce yet under control. At 5'6", she plays like she's 6'4", with fearlessness in the paint, lightning on the fast break, and ice in her veins at the line. But what defines her isn't just how she scores, it's how she played every possession like it mattered. Her leadership wasn't flashy. It was fundamental. She turned pick and rolls into high-risk split-second threats. She turned full-court presses into art. She took leadership moments not with shout-outs, but with surgical decision-making under pressure. That Final Four game against UConn in 2021 wasn't just a career peak. It was Aari declaring that her moment had arrived, with 26 points, 8 assists, relentless defense, and enough composure to quiet one of women's basketball's most storied programs. While she fell short in the championship game against Stanford, McDonald's legacy was cemented. She had recalibrated expectations, not only for Arizona, but for every guard who followed. She became a template, undersized but undeniable, small-framed but world-class. She turned her script inside out and showed the world how to lead with effort and energy when athleticism alone isn't enough. When the WNBA came calling in 2021, the Atlanta Dream selected Aari McDonald with the 3rd overall pick. Some questioned whether her college dominance could translate to the pros. She answered with an emphatic, "Watch me." Her rookie year wasn't about finishing at the rim or racking up highlight reels. It was about assimilation, understanding tempo, earning trust, growing into her body amid seasoned competition. Her defensive tenacity, court IQ, and ability to shift momentum made her a difference-maker, even when not in the starting lineup. The Dream were rebuilding. Aari's arrival marked a shift. She was not a savior, but she was a cornerstone. In her 2nd and 3rd seasons, she evolved from spark plug to go-to option. She took over games with step-back threes, blistering drives, and passes that dissected zones like nightmares. She thrived in chaos, turning full-court defense into offense, and pressure situations into solutions. By her 3rd season, McDonald was one of the league's most exciting guard talents, shocking the skeptics with her consistency and impact. She doesn't dominate with size, she wins with grit. What gives her rise even more weight is her character. Aari always carries herself with poise. On or off the floor, she speaks on social justice, mental health, and athletic empowerment with humility and clarity. She doesn't preach, she connects. She's become an example to younger athletes who want to lead with integrity rather than posturing. Her work with community outreach, youth camps, and social education campaigns places her in a growing category of athletes who harness visibility to inspire, not just to exist. McDonald's impact is generational. When young girls in Fresno dribble crossovers, they imitate her step-back jumper. When full-court defenders lock into press at youth camps, Coaches praise her energy as standard. She isn't just rewriting her own story, she's rewriting what kids see as possible. She confronts the idea that you must fit a mold to excel. She's living proof that the mold can be shattered. Her story is so much bigger than one season or one league. She emerged from a basketball program without national pedigree and turned it into headline news. She transformed skepticism into clutch confidence. She took every overlooked moment and used it to define what greatness looks like. She shifted expectations, flipped scripts, and gave fallible humans hope. What may be the most remarkable aspect of Aari McDonald's journey is her consistency, not only in performance but in purpose. She shows up every game, every practice, every public appearance with equal intensity. She embraces feedback, film study, and challenge with the mindset of someone who is hungry. Not hungry for fame, but hungry for better. She hasn't flamed out or faded. She's sharpened. Even now, Aari's best work is still ahead of her. She's in her prime window, not entering it, but living it. Each season her game refines. Better range, smoother decision-making, more strategic leadership. Her rookie quiet determination has matured into poise and intelligence without losing agility or fire. She handles coverage, pacing, pressure with an increasing professionalism that seems almost effortless but is underpinned by discipline you only see behind the scenes. In every arena she enters, McDonald brings a message. Your size doesn't determine your strength. Your rank doesn't dictate your rise. Your journey doesn't have to follow the blueprint to break the ceiling. She's carved her own path, through hustle, heart, and human warmth. She's battled the notion of undersize, underappreciation, and skepticism, and turned it into her advantage. Every doubt became fuel. Every limitation became leverage. In a league that too often measures value by highlights or follower counts, Aari's story is a reminder of another kind of worth, one rooted in integrity, reliability, and realness. She's not just a player. She's a partner to teammates, a mentor to young fans, a truth teller in a game built on flash and hype. Her leadership isn't loud. It's consistent, sewn into the seams of each possession she plays. So when people ask who defines the future of women's basketball, or who will represent a generational shift in the guard position, Aari McDonald must always be in that conversation. She's not a phenomenon. She's a standard. A blueprint. A blueprint built on discipline, clarity, and undeniable attitudinal armor. If you've ever watched her weave through defenders with unmatched urgency, lock in on defense with unblinking focus, or carry herself with a quiet presence that speaks louder than words, then you've seen more than athleticism. You've seen a leader who reshapes the game merely by showing up. You've glimpsed someone who defies limits and redefines possibility. Thank you for watching, reading, and walking this path with us. Like this tribute to honor the relentless spirit of an athlete whose game is as impactful as her journey. Share it with someone who believes in the power of perseverance. And remember, some stars are born in the spotlight, but others, like Aari, create their own light. They forge it, carry it, and let it shine forever. If you've ever seen Aari McDonald turn a full-court press into poetry, or watched her turn doubt into drive and pressure into poise, then you know this was never just about basketball. This was about heart, about grit, about someone who never needed fanfare to make an impact. So if her journey moved you, if her fire reminded you that resilience still matters in a world obsessed with flash, then let this tribute be a reminder. Like it to honor the fighters. Share it with someone who believes in rising no matter the odds. And thank you for watching, for believing, and for walking this path with us.